heard the saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now, one doctor recommends that same portion for pot. It certainly got our attention. We sent Sabrina Rodriguez out to see if this doc is for real and what he says the health benefits are of taking a daily dose.
We all know the saying about apples and your health, but one former heart surgeon is saying ditch the apples and turn to marijuana.
It's near impossible to come back from many strokes.
For years, the hands of Dr. Dave Allen operated on the hearts of patients. He also knows a thing or two about strokes, like even if you survive one.
Represent a real social problem and a financial problem.
Some people take a daily dose of aspirin, so if they do have a heart attack or stroke, the severity of their problems are lowered. But Allen says there's a better alternative.
No other medicine made by man can help in this manner.
He's talking about pot. Allen says a patent assigned to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services proves it, albeit in rats.
Animals giving either THC or cannabidiol had a decreased size of their stroke by 50%.
Well, the results are promising. The problem lies in that it's never been tested on people. So as for the dosage, he doesn't know.
We think that the more you take, the more protection you have.
Now, I know what you're thinking, but Allen says the high only happens when you light up.
You just eat raw cannabis, it will have great medicinal effect and won't get you high at all. When you dry the plant out or heat it, it becomes psychoactive.
That also means no edibles like brownies or cookies. So his prescription is
eat a bud a day. It will keep the stroke away.
Allen hopes there will be human clinical trials. And it has to be pointed out that he doesn't do heart surgery anymore. And as a medical marijuana advocate, he now does evaluations and writes prescriptions for pot.
We're here with Dr. David Allen. How you doing, Dr. Allen?
How's it going?
Great, great. And today we're going to talk about strokes and cannabis.
Yeah.
Is there any evidence that cannabis helps with strokes?
Well, there's a U.S. patent. Patent number is 6,630,507. Cannabinoids as antioxidants and neuroprotectants. You can look it up on Google. And it states in there that it decreases the size of a stroke by 50%, so no other chemical decreases the size of a stroke by even 2%. So this is like a miracle that it does this.
Yeah, it is. Why are we currently using this in hospitals?
Well, to study cannabis, it's illegal in the United States. It's illegal to know this knowledge. And they don't want to study in it because they know what the end results is going to prove that cannabis helps people, and they don't want that knowledge to be spread. So they're preventing clinical trials in this, and this patent came out in 2003, and we should be using this on patients right now. And the people that are preventing you from they're preventing you from saving your grandmother's life. If she had a stroke today and went into the hospital, they would not give her cannabinoids, and it might make the difference whether she could take care of herself after the stroke or not. So 50% reduction in stroke is a major life-saving thing.
Yeah, it is. After you've had a stroke, is cannabis an effective treatment for recovery?
Well, again, we don't really know this because we can't study it in the United States. Mm-hmm. But there are studies that show that cannabinoids actually cause neurogenesis. It creates nerves it creates new nerves. And if anybody in my family had a stroke, I would, as soon as they had a stroke, I would be giving them cannabidiol medicine. I would try to give them as much oil as I could get in them, at least a gram or so. And I predict in the future that they're going to have little like vitamin packs of cannabis oils, that if you have a stroke, you'll take some of these cannabis oils on your way to the hospital. And that will also occur with heart attacks too. They'll have little like safety packs, like you carry your nitroglycerin. Instead of taking that, you'll take cannabidiol.
Is there anything you can do to prevent a stroke?
Well, yeah. Strokes are caused by two major things. They're caused by obstruction of the blood vessels to the brain, and they're caused by hemorrhage in the brain. Strokes can be lessened by lowering your cholesterol, and if you have any history of stroke in your family, as if you get over 40 years old or so, you should have the doctors look at your neck arteries with ultrasound to make sure that you're not having blockages.
If you think you're having a stroke, what should you do?
The first thing you should do is get ready to go to the hospital and get some cannabis in you any way you can. If you have oil, take it. If you have something to smoke, smoke it or vaporize it. Eat it. Any way you can ingest this cannabis will help you. We don't know the extent, if only CBD does that, or if it has to be in balance with THC. Those studies will continue to be done after prohibition is ended.